Last week on Shipwrecked. The boys woke to another island morning to find a not-so-dead pilot alive and well singing Dreamweaver, whilst a lone boar walked along the tree line, followed by a white racist poor farmer who hated whites. The young seagull shat in Jimmy's winking eye, and the other two did other things. This week, we find the lost men of the island building a raft on the beach, whilst the sun is bright, the sand is white, and the mood in camp is okay.
No, you should have said all right.
What?
All right?
I'm not bad.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right.
Not bad.
For fuck's sakes, will you get on with it?
All right.
Arr, as a turtle swims, a bird flies, and a legless lizard thinks he may have missed out on a few important components. The boys get to work on the raft.
Okay, what we need is 4 lengths of wood for the base.
I love the pumping sounds of a good stereo, but we should concentrate on the frame.
Man, I enjoy hanging pictures. Landscapes, them's the good ones. I actually find the Mona Lisa boring as hell. In fact, I heard that it got stolen from the Louvre in Paris this one time, only to be put back 2 years later because it was far too boring.
John, you should think about rebuilding those sandcastles you wrecked with the plane the other day. John?
G'day, mate.
The sandcastles.
What?
I spent ages building those. They had little moats and everything.
It's not like I planned to crash the fucking thing.
It was a bit inconsiderate.
It was stolen by an Italian man named Vince.
You shot a fucking coconut
What?
You shot a fucking coconut at me? How many times do I have to remind you of this? Eh?
Yeah, you could have steered around them.
You probably should apologise. You didn't have to land on the sandcastles. You had an entire island. You had the entire deep blue sea to fucking crash into. You had to land here.
Bloody hell.
She was painted by Leonardo DiCaprio.
You shoot coconuts.
You should probably apologise.
I'm sorry.
I said she was painted by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Thank you.
That's okay.
It's Da Vinci,
The actor.
the painter.
What the fuck are you on about?
Sandcastles.
As the boys get as confused as a blind lesbian at the fish market, the raft goes nowhere, while above, circling high, an albino sea eagle looking down for signs of food disguises himself amongst the clouds and runs into a low-flying satellite moving from left to right, ruining the TV reception for someone, somewhere, while damaging his beak in the collision. Across the ocean, a young Aboriginal lad kills his first kangaroo with a boomerang, and a white supremacist from Alabama gets his face caught in a bear trap.
Oh!
What?
Focus on story.
Oh, right you are. Okay, the boys have just had a great idea.
Hey, I've just had a great idea.
Let's hear it then.
Wait, can we guess?
Why don't we try and use the radio out of the plane to call for help?
Christ, that was way better than my idea.
I've come up with all the best ideas.
They're running over sandcastles.
Knob.
What was your idea?
Wait, can we guess or not?
Why do you want to guess? He's going to tell us.
Because, mister, I'm so good at wrecking sandcastles with an airplane, I like to guess. I think it's healthy, keeps my mind active, and unless you haven't realised, we're on a fucking island and are at great risk of losing our minds. So if you don't mind, I'm going to guess, because if I don't, I'm going to keep having thoughts about eating people in order to survive. Like in that movie! Okay!
What movie?
Deep throat.
That's just immature. You just coughed like Petra did when he said seagull that time.
Sorry, mate.
What movie was it then?
Are you chopping up a carrot?
Toss pot.
Is that an Asian dish?
What movie was it then?
Flesh Gordon, the return of the flesh eaters.
Flesh Gordon.
Jesus wept. Has this episode got any kind of direction, or are we just gonna sit on this beach talking shit?
I'm just tired, mate. I haven't got much in the tank today.
Well, think, son. Can you not bring Kev back from the dead or something?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, he could get washed up with no arms or legs or back or head.
Hey?
Pointless. Fucking pointless. Just pointless.
Oh, I get it. No hands. Good one.
How about just one missing leg?
and an eye patch. Yeah?
Just make sure he's breathing so Jimmy doesn't try and fuck him.
I saved his life! You fucker. I should be congratulated.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks. Look, you might laugh, but I do have some good ideas from time to time about writing.
I've no doubt, mate. In fact, I had a feeling you
This
might
wouldn't be
have
the first script I've helped work on, you know?
You go first.
Alright, well, what else have you worked on then? This should be fucking good.
One time I emailed JRR Token about an idea I had with the...
Calm down, mate.
Oh.
Just breathe.
One time I emailed JRR Token about an idea I had about the Lord of the Rings and a car chase.
Fucking car chase!
Whoa, shut up, mate. Let him talk. What did he say, Jimmy?
Nah, he wasn't into it.
Maybe because those hobbits don't drive cars. Can't even reach the pedals.
What hobbits?
In the movie?
No, they weren't.
In the book?
They wouldn't fit.
No, he's talking about the thing you wrote for J.R. Token, mate.
Oh, the script.
Yeah, about the Lord of the Rings and the car chase.
I thought you said it was just an idea that you emailed.
Well, it was a long email.
About the Lord of the Rings and a car chase?
Yeah, it was based on Mad Max, starring Elton John, set in Paris and filmed on a Sunday.
Oh, what kind of crap is this?
Not crap. It's a tribute.
A tribute?
It's a tribute.
A tribute?
Yeah, a tribute to Lady Diana. I wrote it.
Oh, fucking hell.
As Jimmy asks John and Petra if they have Peter Jackson's email address, Brad quickly writes in the sudden return of the one-legged surfer from San Diego, Kevin Thomas, the man who ironically wrote the smash hit She Cuts the Heads Off Rats, which was the very same animal in the same state of headlessness that attracted the shark.
Hang on,
You alright?
tell me more about this movie script.
Look, here comes Kev with only one leg.
No, John, we've got a narrator that says all that.
Oh, great, he's got a head. I said no head,
Jimmy, how is that a tribute to Lady Diana?
because that's who I had in mind when I wrote it.
Based on Mad Max? In Paris?
Yes.
Kev's getting closer.
There's no need for this, John.
Can I just say Kev's getting closer?
Okay.
Kev is getting closer.
And how does Elton John fit in?
Quite snug, I imagine.
Oh, fuck me.
Now the boys have come to terms with Jimmy's tribute movie, which makes no sense, with no connection binding Elton John, apart from the fact that Dodi Fayed was part Egyptian. Elton got banned from playing in Egypt, and Princess Di may have bought the cast singles of the Bangles smash hit Walk Like an Egyptian in the summer of 1985. A one-legged Kevin has hopped up the beach to where the others are, and a single Jaffa rolls unnoticed down an Australian cinema aisle. While somewhere in America, Irving Distiller chokes on a sandwich, while a seagull somewhere feasts on chips.
Right, Kev?
Not really. I've had my leg bitten off by a shark, snapped my surfboard, been given the kiss of life via a fucking pufferfish, and now I'm back, stuck on this cunt of an island with you three fucking idiots and a pilot that won't die. But yeah, other than that, I'm okay.
He sung Dreamweaver last week. John did.
I can do it again if you want.
Nah, it's alright, mate.
No problems.
No, all good.
I'm well up for it.
Fuck, just a little bit then.
Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night.
Very good, mate. That's enough now.
I'll do it again if you want.
No, John.
Excuse me, Ron?
It's Kev.
No, I've never ridden a fucking dolphin, and I'm not Ron Burgundy.
Bit harsh, mate.
I was just going to offer you a replacement leg.
How many replacement legs have you given out in your days?
I don't know, 6?
6 replacement legs.
Yeah, about 6.
6 legs.
6 whole legs.
6.
Yeah, 6! 6! 6!
24.
Ah!
24, dude.
I hate Kiefer. Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. Is that a person? You sure it's not Keith or Sutherland? Oh, whatever.
So, do you want me to try and use the airplane radio to call for help or not?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Oh, I forgot about it. I forgot about that. Great idea, John.
So,
Here you go, Ron. I made this for you.
What the fuck is that?
It's an emu leg. I found it washed up on the beach. We might have to trim it to fit, though.
a fucking emu leg. Why aren't we eating the emu leg? You know.
So as Kevin shoves an emu leg into the stump of his own leg, claims that Jimmy made the aforementioned leg go unquestioned as the feelings of the two emus who mated, sat on the egg, and raised the infant chick, including its leg being used, go without regard. The men march past the wrecked sandcastles and up to the crumpled plane John so masterfully landed on the beach. They get to work on the radio, and before you can say a relatively long and complicated word, they heard the radio crackle into life, while on another island somewhere, another group of castaways receive their broken message.
Hey, it's working, man. It's working.
I've just explained all that, John.
Not John, it's the gator. It's his handle.
Quiet, you blokes. I think we're getting through. Shh, 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 shh.
Oh, Jesus, that leg looks like it's working well. Nailed it.
Yo, I don't know, bro. I think you cut this a bit short.
Nah, that's just the fashion. You'll notice a difference back in the hilly country.
Is it working, John, or not?
Quiet, you blokes. I think it's getting through.
Unknown to the men, the signal is getting through.
He just said the signal's getting through.
Meanwhile, on another island.
Professor, I don't see how a smack in the jaw could turn him into a radio.
Well, he's not a radio, Skipper. He's merely a simple form of receiver. You see, the high-frequency sound waves are emanating from the molar, which is pushed against...
Never mind all the technicalities, Professor. The thing I'm getting at is I've been belted many times before, but the only thing that ever came out of my mouth was a loose tooth.
From what I've been able to see, one of Gilligan's molars has been jolted out of position and shoved against a tooth with a silver filling. Open, Gilligan.
Oh, dream weaver.
Not too unusual a situation. It's happened a number of times.
Yes, but not to Gilligan.
Well, the atmospheric conditions, the metal in his mouth, the shape of his skull have all combined to make him a receiver.
Is there any chance, Professor, instead of being a receiver, could we make him a sender so we could get a message to Hawaii?
No, I'm afraid not, Skipper. And unless I miss my guess, the position of his head and his body will bring in different stations. Watch. Open up, Gilligan.
All because of that fucking gator. Coconut bastard. Fucking coconut. Fucking piece of fucking... Well, I'll be darned.
You know the sad bit? I could have been peacefully dead right now.
Oh, don't be like that, Ron. At least you've got a brand new leg.
Yeah, he's right. It could have been way worse, mate. Imagine if you got decapitated.
Or got your head bitten off.
Jesus. Fucking... wept.
So, as the sun sets on the island, Kev contemplates suicide as John curses the radio. Petra thinks of a lovely golden lotus from the east he calls Knuckles, whilst Brad and Jim discuss movie scripts and art.
No, mate, DiCaprio is the actor. Da Vinci's the artist.
All right, so DiCaprio's the actor.
Yes,
Da
yeah.
Vinci's the artist.
Correct.
And who's Decapitate?
No, Jim, that's...
Oh, Christ, James, let's talk some sense. Here, where are we? While a small voiceless mammal tries to sign language for help with his toes whilst clinging on for dear life over a pit of saltwater crocodiles, a gay bird smuggler overuses the phrase, "Would you like a cockatoo?" one too many times on the mainland.
Next week on Shipwrecked. I like doing the little bits like that, you know? No one asks me to do little fancy pants bits, apart from the singing. That was hard work.
Come on, John. Righto, next week on Shipwrecked. See how I said it 3 times, John?
Apologies.
I should be less tired and able to work on a better script. Or maybe we might just go with Jimmy's smash hit, The Lord of the Rings, and a car chase. Who knows? Who gives a big fat shit? Join us for that and possibly fuck all else when we try to put a smile on your face during
Not
next
if you've
week.
had your head DiCaprio'd.
What?
What?
You'd have no face to put a smile on it.
Oh, Jimmy, that's probably the most ridiculous thing you've said thus far. Join us next week for another episode of You've Thrown Me. Shipwrecked.
I found gum in my shoe. This isn't gum.
I wish I was dead.